Hey everyone, Jim T. Graham with RC Groups. Before we get going with this week's RC news, I want to thank our podcast sponsor, CNHL. They make great lipos. And, the whole news concept was something I came up with where Jason and I would just go over all the things that we found out that week about RC and could share with everyone out there. So CNHL reached out to me and said, how can we be a sponsor of that? So big thanks. Go check them out. There'll be links at the beginning of the video and at the end. It's a little information circle. You can click on that and go see what's going on. There's usually a sale or something. They are always bringing out new packs, and we appreciate them. Now, on with the news. Jim T. Graham with RCGroups.com with the RC News, joined by Jason Cole.
What's happening? It's that time.
Jason,
it's Friday.
It is Friday. Once again, it was Friday 3 minutes ago, and it'll be Friday in about 6 minutes. So I'll talk to you in 6 minutes from now, 36 minutes from now. Is there anything new going on in the shop there?
Yeah, there's some stuff sitting on my bench right here. Full forward. Oh, that's all I can show. I can't really talk about it just yet. Maybe next week. But yeah, I've got a couple of new projects we're working on for review.
Awesome.
Should be a lot of fun.
I have been busy at work as well here. In fact, it's the first thing up. And so we'll jump straight on into the RC news. I'll also say last week, I said that I was going to talk to Mike from Robart, and I actually did right after the news. Well, I'm not exactly sure what the timeline was there, but I spoke to Mike.
Monday. Yeah.
Monday. Yes. He came back in and we did it. And we went over. The problem is that he made a press release. And then I started watching podcasts and reading posts, and people were like, they were getting everything wrong. They were speculating. Yeah. And somehow I personally felt like I needed to do something. So I reached out to Mike.
Straight.
Yes, it was. I told my wife, I said, I can't believe this is bothering me so much. So Mike and I went over everything, and I feel like he really talked about it, and everyone cares because the views on that thing just blew up as soon as it went live. So
right, yeah.
I almost feel like there's a follow-up video to that, but we'll see. We'll let things shake out. Yes.
Yeah, that's right. Hey, I'm on a video podcast, Tachera. My wife. Everybody was knocking.
I haven't seen Tachera in 3 years.
She's in the hall now.
We're
going a little earlier than we said, so that's why.
Yeah, this is true. So whenever I tell my wife I'm going live, she always replies or says, "Congratulations." So she's a bit of a smart aleck. Not the exact phrase I would use. Let's go to the RC news. Bam. Ooh. All right, everyone, we're right here on our page, and this is the big news. I think you're not supposed to lead with your big story, but I'm going to go ahead and do it. It is the let's blow this up a little bit.
Yeah, I'm digging that shirt, man. I got to tell you.
Well, so the airplanes, I built all this stuff in, no one really asked for all this information, but I built it in Illustrator. So everything you see there are just little dots and lines, right?
Yeah.
And so this airplane's been on another shirt, but not in this format. And I thought going sideways, like on the main line was interesting, and two of the same sort of make sense. Mm-hmm. And so that's a long way to say thank you very much. Let's go down here and just look at the shirt first. And that is full size. So it is a black shirt with white print. Some people don't like black, but Hitec is our shirt sponsor this year. And Hitec always has black shirts. P.S. Black shirts are the only shirts I'll wear. It seems
one right now.
Yes. So here's the deal. We'll just go through it.
Okay. So you have the time and date down. Okay.
Yeah. So it's, I don't know if you know me, but my calendar jumps around on me while it's a whole big thing, but I've triple verified this date is correct. May 16th, Thursday, which is usual. Part of me today, I was like, if they get it on Thursday, the dang show's about over. But if you do it on Wednesday, not everyone is there. So
true. Yeah.
And it's always been on Thursdays.
Them all. Yeah.
11 a.m. on the 3D line. That's the exact time where it's just enough time for us to get there, get the boxes, get in the golf cart, and then worry that we might actually not get there on time. It happens every year.
Yeah. And then enough time to get back up to the main line for the noontime demo show.
Exactly. That's the other reason we do it at 11, so you can get your shirt and then go up the hill and enjoy the big event. And where, because my assumption is but I went ahead and linked to Joe Nall's page on Triple Tree Aerodrome, and you can go there just in case you don't never heard of Joe Nall. And if you haven't, then I will personally talk to you about this. If you've never been to Joe Nall and you're really into RC, I always say go to Joe Nall now or when it occurs.
Yeah, I'm sure we'll talk more about Joe Nall when we get closer to it. But I'm hoping I can go. Actually, I haven't submitted the request yet, which we have to do now with the company. But hopefully, I'll get approved and can be there with you, man. It should be a good time.
That would be awesome. I know I was just talking to the new vice president of Hobby King, and he is super stoked to say hello. So I know they'll be down there. Cool. But that's not what we're here to talk about. Let's bring it back in focus, Jim. Hitec. I'm a huge fan of Hitec. Suzanne, Mike, Sean, the whole crew. I've known them forever. And last year they reached out and said, how can we be a part of the t-shirt? Let's see if I can zoom this in a little more. And so they became the sponsor of the shirts, and they are sponsors again this year. So that means that Hitec is on the 3D line, and they have a little area there, and that's where we'll set up. Jason, this year we're going to have some RC groups, banners, and things. That was the first time I'd done it that way, so I didn't have anything in my mind, but this year I have a vision of what it's going to look like. I also came up, if you're about to stop listening, just keep listening for one more minute, because I came up with a pretty cool idea, and I got it approved, which is the whole trick here. Hitec's sponsor of the shirts, but as we know, Hitec has killer LiPo chargers and battery chargers. So I said, what if we put something in a random shirt? And I'm not even going to say, I don't even know yet. So I can't give anything away. I don't even know what exactly I'm going to put in the shirt, because it has to be something that we can hand out randomly and not know that this is the magic shirt. It's
golden ticket.
Yeah, I was going to say Willy Wonka golden ticket situation. And so if you get the right shirt and you look inside, and I will tell you what to look for in the future, then you'll win a Hitec charger. Your next question is, what Hitec charger? I don't know yet.
A Hitec charger.
A Hitec charger.
That's awesome.
Triple Tree reached out and said, hey, can we put you on the calendar? And I was like, oh, I got to get all this stuff out. So a little bit vague, but this is what's happening.
Cool, man. That's exciting.
And then if you want to support them for supporting us and you, because you're the one getting the shirts, you can visit Hitec right there at this link. And then, of course, the design again and all the information.
And it couldn't be easier. If you're already going to be at Joe Nall, just go stand in line at 11 o'clock on Thursday, May 16th. You get a free shirt and possibly a free charger.
And I'm going to say this to you. Supplies are limited. So this year, I want you to be aware we may not have 3,000, 4,000 shirts. I don't know that we've ever had that many shirts, but if you definitely for sure want to get a shirt, be sure and get in line early. I've seen lines form at multiple times. I can't really tell you the right time to get down there, but if you're on the 3D line, it'll be easy to look over and go, oh, I better get in line. And you can watch people fly while you're standing there. Theoretically.
That's right.
Okay. So that was a lot to say, but this is always a big deal. And we've done it. Look at that Hitec right there. We've done it for so long. So let's jump back and keep moving with RC news of the week.
Blog of the week. And yeah, so this is super cool. I think you sent me this you found this somewhere and sent it to me. I was like, yeah, I'm going to share this. This is a blog that started 2022, and he's just been making these tiny little cute cartoon, scale planes and all sorts. There's over 200 posts, all kinds of fun, unique aircraft. Like you can see right there, it looks like it's some kind of aspect ratio error on the camera.
Right.
It's been smushed together, but that's the real plane. That's how it looks in real life. But these are kind of custom designed aircraft, super fun, cute things. There's a lot. So if you just want to, bored and want to go look at something fun, just scroll through all those posts. There's a lot to see. Well, I lost your audio.
What? Can you hear me now?
I got you back now.
Can you hear audio on this video?
No, negative.
Oh, well, at least we know now. Thing. So I think if I were to start an RC company, I would probably sell these miniature planes. I don't know why I love them so much. Well, this is not a great video. Oh, thank
I
you.
mean, see that little pixel in the video?
Yeah.
That's the plane.
You know, this may be my new way of filming video. I'll just shoot the sky and then
Get some
move
AI
around the sky.
generated flight path happening. Yeah.
Not even that. I'll just do this, and then you will like assume there's a plane there when there's not, and then this could be a whole new channel for me. I
Look
think.
out this slow roll. It was
What
perfectly
the heck,
accurate.
man?
Yeah,
Who
that's
shot
funny.
this video? Yeah, well, miniature is the key word here.
But they're cool looking airplanes, I gotta admit.
Yes, I love it. Go check it out, and we'll jump back out of there. That's highly interesting. This is simply a video of the UMX P51D Detroit. I don't know, everyone. Do you love videos? I love videos. They used to be like novel and a new thing, and now it's
you gotta
standard.
have a video. Yeah.
But let's just see it fly a little bit. Let's see if their video is any better. Slightly better.
Your home, you can see the airplane, even though Jason, it's a UMX.
When I used to shoot video for our company, I would always try to zoom in, which was dangerous because the plane would ultimately fly out of frame. But
right,
it's important to zoom in sometimes.
Yeah, and if you do it too much, you get that bounce around, like as you try to keep up with it. Which start practicing because we're gonna have to go out to the field in the next couple of weeks and do some video.
Well, and if you ever watch Horizon flying on a show line or Jason, you can always say, give me a show pass, or how about a slow knife edge pass? And a great pilot can always take care of you and get your shots. So Mr. MPX reached out to me, and he was super stoked, as he usually is, about the 2024 SkyPark RC Soaring Festival, June 28th through the 30th. If you're in California or near it, go. It's beautiful vistas. Jason wishes he could go there.
Yeah, if you guys wanted to fly me out next year to come to this, I'd be happy to cover it and be there. It's a dream trip. But yeah, I wish I was there right now because it's happening and it's epic.
So this caters to bicyclists and other people, and this is Hitec's video from last year. And so this just kind of gives you an idea of the vistas you get while you're flying out there.
So jealous. I want to fly there so bad.
I want to show everyone one more video because it's so cool. Let's see. Here we go. This video. Just to give you an idea of what all is happening out there. This video right here. It just looks like a cool place. Even if you didn't have a bike or an RC airplane, there's so many things.
Yeah.
I also would like to work there.
I didn't know they had all the medieval stuff. That's fun. So it's like a full-on resort.
Yeah. And like, this is like the old days. When I was a kid, we used to go to Dogpatch USA in Arkansas and Silver Dollar City. And there were like gunfights and historical reenactments and all this stuff. And this feels like that.
Okay. I can combine both of my like two main passions, mountain biking and RC soaring in the same trip. How have I not been there yet?
Well,
I've got to look into that more.
Big thanks to these guys. They're big sponsors of the site as well. And so Mr. MPX, you know what? I would be neglectful. Let's see if I've done it here the right way. I might not have. Yeah, maybe that's it. Mr. MPX sells airplanes. So the Lentis is kind of their big deal bird. And then they also have other planes there. But the Lentis Thermal Glider. So be sure and support them. Mr. MPX Hobbies.
Multiplex. Yeah, man.
All right. Jumping back. That's true. Yes. Jason Cole, crash of the week.
What the heck? Wednesday. Always a fun time. So this is kind of an oldie but a goodie. This is like 6 years ago, but it's a big turbine powered scale helicopter and it looks epic, right? It looks awesome. The guy puts on a fairly aggressive demo show here. I don't know what event this is, but nice manicured lawn there for the flight runway. And so he goes, does some stall turns or some, I don't remember what you call them now, but mild aerobatics for helicopter standards, for 3D helicopters anyway. But at the end of this video, he basically pilot error just puts it in the ground and rapid disassembly of all the parts occurs. It's pretty epic.
Let's just assess his current flying capability. He seems to know what he's doing. That was a tentative takeoff, though, I noticed.
I know we don't hear the audio, but this is in a foreign language. I don't know if it's German, Dutch, some other language. And right before the crash, you can hear somebody yelling something in another language. And I'm pretty sure what he was saying was, lower! And he gets lower, as low as you can go, actually. Right there.
Whoa, wow. That's called a de-kitting. De-kitting deluxe.
Yikes! Yeah,
that's watch it.
Sad to see.
So he just grabs a rail, right there. Oh,
done.
Maybe he was trying to slide on one rail. Maybe that was.
That would be a cool trick. Unsuccessful in this attempt.
The great news is he gets to build another heli, and that's what we're here for.
There you go. That's always fun, right?
That's what it's all about. This topic is always a big one. It is the AMA FAA finalizes process to expand remote ID. And as usual, the AMA is all up taking care of business over there and letting everyone know exactly what's happening. On March 8th, 2024, the FAA finalized procedures to expand remote ID authorization exceptions to include clubs or near sensitive locations in uncontrolled airspace. Space. So you can visit the AMA, check out all the information.
So they're getting more FRIAs in locations that were previously denied, sounds like. So that's pretty cool.
Which was necessary because, like, man, everyone was trying to get a FRIA and then no one was getting a FRIA. And I guess it takes a while to spool up there in the government.
Sure the AMA or the FAA was like, oh, they didn't expect all of that to come in, I'm sure.
Right. Well, there we go. And just hang out at the AMA. I'm an AMA member, have been for my whole career. And I never did the lifetime thing. I know Jim did at one point. And I think he's got a brick in the sidewalk over there.
Yeah, it probably would have been worth it. That would have been, I
think it was $1,000 back then. I don't know what it is.
It used to be. I remember when we paid $58 a year, and that's gone up quite a bit. So that lifetime membership would have been pretty good back then. Like buying Bitcoin in the early days.
That was good. What's the name of your dog?
My dog, Jack.
Yeah.
Did you hear him? Yeah.
That's a hardy dog name right there.
His full name is Captain Jack Perro.
Perro. Jack
Perro.
dog.
Perro means dog in Spanish, but Captain Jack Sparrow, Disney, Pirates of the Caribbean pun.
My main dog's name is Nellie, and when she's in trouble, I yell Nell Graham, which is my mom's name.
Yeah.
So my mom lives on here in the house. My mom is still with us. Don't get me wrong.
So now we have your mom's name. What's her maiden name and your social?
Yes. Yes. And then please hit accept. That's an inside joke. All I'm going to say to everyone out there is if someone calls and says it's Truist or any entity, hang up and call them back. Do not believe them.
Scammers.
Scammers.
They're all over RC groups too, by the way, and they will contact you through your personal information. So if you have your email address, phone number posted on RC groups, please do a search on RC groups for that. Find those posts, hit the report button. The moderators will redact them for you if you can't edit them. But get your personal information off the website. Doesn't need to be there.
A lot of people put that on, and I will remove it, and they will ask to put it back. And I don't know. It seems weird,
Yeah.
But yeah, you don't want to do that. And I'll also say this: it seems like the scammers are getting smarter, especially in the RC world. It was so easy in the past because obviously they weren't RCers, and so it appears like they know RC things now. Maybe they learned it just to get your money.
I bet you they're using AI now to help them.
I never thought of that.
Be like more reputable or more believable with their responses. So it's getting tricky.
It's going to be bad. And I've thought about this. If they ever get AI of you and I, like if there's an AI Jim T, that's when I know AI really is rocking.
We'll work on that.
be like, Jim T, man, he's really doing a lot. I mean, I haven't been on the internet in 8 years.
Where it's like 200 years from now, Jim T still running RC groups.
If AI can match the sweat on my hat, then, I'll
There
give
you
it
go.
to him. Uh-oh, there's the alarm to do the broadcast today.
That's right. We're doing it.
Jumping back into the RC news. Spektrum quick trick, setting failsafe through forward programming. First, I want to show you something. Look how young this guy is.
I feel old because I don't know what those words are. Yeah,
well,
yeah.
You know,
how long's he been flying?
I fly Spektrum, and
yeah.
at this point, although I do have multiple radios in the basement. Like the other day, I have cases, and I was like, do I really need like 2 of everything in here?
Yeah. Yeah.
So this is just a tip from Spektrum. And what I really want you to do is go check out the video, and then you can check out all the videos from Spektrum and all the tips. Also, how old is this guy? 22? Come on. Young and smart. Give me a break.
Yeah. That's awesome.
I mean that in the best way. And I don't want to talk about DJI.
We don't have to talk about DJI, but there's a thread there with DJI Vata 2 and Goggles 3 leaks. Information, video about it. You don't have to talk about it, but
let me ask you this.
Coming soon, apparently.
Are these real leaks? I mean, like, are they DJI approved leaks, or are they somebody actually leaked?
I don't know that answer. Nobody knows. I wouldn't imagine they would want it to be leaked and approved, but maybe there's some secret marketing underlying strategy behind it. I don't know.
We need to think of a leak. If you see a leak coming out of RC groups, it might not be real, but I love the concept. DJI. Okay, I do want to tell everyone about Kaz, Dynostand. This is an RC modeler. When I saved my phone number and I'm like, hey, give me a call. I want to talk about your stand. And I said, have you ever heard of RC groups? And he's been a member for like ever.
Nice.
So yes was the answer. And I did an about here. I've been a modeler since my early youth and a passion for model airplane hobby. Over the years, I always saw a need for a versatile stand. So the difference here is it's made of welded hollow structural steel, zinc, and powder coated aluminum, and the very substance that made aviation possible. And we'll show a video here. So that's Kaz. And super nice guy, really on the ball. He has been talking to me quite a bit. And there's not only videos of the stand itself, but also build videos. The stand can also hold helicopters. And so he's putting it together. We don't need to watch that unless you actually buy the thing.
Ooh, I bet that would be good for, so a lot of times for FIJ sailplanes, guys will use I don't know what it is, some kind of custom stand they've made to get the plane up so they can work on it, plug in the batteries and do stuff, but it straps it down as well. I bet that could be modified to use for that as well. That's pretty cool.
I think that's the big trick here is the whole stand rotates to just about any angle. So he's showing us all.
Cool.
Smart. So let me say this, things like this are not inexpensive. If somebody makes 80,000 of something, you can definitely get the price down. But when there's a guy who's come up with an idea and he's building these for you, you're going to pay for it. But if you're into it, also, I just put an ad up on Heli Freak for this heli stand. So in this configuration, it looks like, I could put this on my table, but let's skip. He's showing how to build it. Let's show the thing that I'm talking about. And it's coming any moment now. Kaz has a lot to say about this. Here we go. What? So you can work on your heli at any angle.
Yeah. That's pretty slick.
This is the picture I used for the ad. Him leaning
on it. And it looks strong. Yeah, he's leaning on it too. That's cool.
So he's excited to be seen on the site, and people are already buying these things. And
I love I'm glad you found him because I love supporting these kind of smaller, one-man bands and small companies, because they're like the real hobbyists, right? It's not a giant conglomerate company. It's a guy that's a hobbyist that's just had an idea and invented it. and we get to benefit from it. It's pretty cool.
And don't get me wrong, giant conglomerates make great stuff that don't cost much and are heavily
That's true.
researched. This is good stuff. But then when Jason and I started coming up, there were so many of these companies like this around. And now they're not that many. So definitely we have to support innovation. And stuff like this is also what has changed the hobby. I've seen it myself where there were no pre-printed foamies. There were no foamy airplanes at all like this. And because of guys like Kaz, it's now an industry standard and we all own 3 of them, you know?
Yeah. And most of your like sailplanes in general, like they're not high volume things. Like they're handmade, carbon fiber, hard to make, expensive to make.
Yes.
And if we didn't have these smaller shops like that, you wouldn't even see some competition gliders like that.
With that said, Esprit, ZB, we've also known him about as long as all the things we've just been talking about. The Element 3.5E F5J. What the hell does ALES stand for, Jason?
It's right there in parentheses, altitude limited electric storage.
I hate looking stupid on the internet. God almighty.
Oh my goodness. ALES. It's a competition format. People just call it ALES. But yeah, basically you throw your plane motor up, and you have an altimeter in it, and it usually cuts it off at 150 or 200 meters, depending on what the parameters are for the contest. And then you fly for 10 minutes and make a landing. Fun format.
So let's go see. Let's just visit Esprit for a second. Check them out. They have tons of sailplane stuff, and Opal, which is a glider that Jason and I both have flown in the past. Jason, you still fly yours?
I have. You can see Woody and Jesse right above my finger here. I still have a big like 4-meter paraglider, RC paraglider. It's awesome.
Point at it again.
Point at it again.
Yeah.
Right there. Hey, Woody and Jesse.
See it. And tell ZB that we said hey.
Yeah.
So, and P.S. man, where is this at? This is in the F5J section. The sailplane section on RC groups. I don't know. I'm not going to ask if there's anyone more popular than us, but holy cow, man. It's like sailplane people just live there. All the events live there. It seems like the homestead for them.
It's the place to be. All the contests, all the information, anything you want to know about any planes or help or advice. It's all there in the Soaring section of RC groups. Best place to be for that.
Go hang out. It's a whole different breed. I say they're like the surfers of the RC world. Let's see if we have one more. So this is my Mike Robart interview. This is kind of the biggest news of this week, actually. Mike sits down and goes over everything. Let's go look at the views just for fun to see. Hey, everyone. Jim T. Graham with RCGroups.com. 2,000 views so far.
Cool.
And lots of talk on the internet about this. And so Mike talks about what they do carry, what they don't carry, and what to look for in the future. So, a lot of good stuff. And then I have a link to Robart right here. So you can head on over to the site. I have not seen this. So there's something you can read, but what I really want to show you is, well, I can't get to it. Let's go to there is a Zap app. And basically, if you're looking for what glue do I need to glue a ceramic piece to a wood piece, or metal to rubber, or this to that, and in the Zap app, you can go there and take care of that. And then, of course, you can find that in your drop-down menu. And here's the Zap out right here. Look at me. I'm like a professional. So like leather, which I actually have needs for, and rubber. And so then, you know, you need to buy Zap Goo.
That's pretty cool.
That is pretty cool. In fact, I made a whole banner on it just because I use it so much. Stone.
And it's got a great name, the Zap app.
Zap app. Foam or stone and glass. No, put plastic. It's a terrible idea. So let's see what that would be.
Hey.
Zap RT. Now, I think, boy, you guys didn't know we're going to go all the way in here. Zap RT is a rubberized CA. So it actually has flex. So, yes, they have everything.
It's good for RC car tires, mounting, gluing the tires to the wheels.
Okay. I would think also maybe for your wheel pants, you know, where you're going to land and they're going to flex
Yeah,
all the time.
definitely. Yep.
And then also, if you go to, let's see, I don't want to go crazy on the search engine here because you never know what's going to show up. But if you go, well, here, you're already there. If you go to RC Group's main page, there are like so many videos where Mike and I go over, we're using all the glues and we're giving you all the tips and tricks. So I'll put a link in the description below.
Nice.
All right. Let's see where we're at. 29 minutes and 42 seconds, 30 on the
We
dot.
did it. We did it.
It's unbelievable, really. I mean, how
We have
does
10
it happen?
seconds to wrap it up.
Jason,
8.
thank you for all that you do for the hobby and RC groups and always taking time out to do RC news and videos and create features for us.
It's always a good time. Love seeing the news and creating it for everybody. Have a great weekend. Go fly some planes.
And I want to thank everyone that watches the news. I want you to hit subscribe. I'm sure I already have, but also share this thing because there really isn't RC news. There's people that are influencers and we're past 30, so I give up on that. But there's people that do all kinds and great. I love watching YouTube. But there's really no one talking about news and updates and things like that and doing like in-depth interviews with companies. And of course, I hope to do more. P.S. Mean Joe, if you're out there, hey, I'm going to sidebar you, Jason. I was talking to Mean Joe on the phone. I was on a walk and I called Mean Joe for a million. And he said that while he was in the hospital and he saw us talk about him, it made him feel so good.
Oh, yeah.
So that's real nice.
Isn't that sweet?
But I was talking to Mean Joe. I had an idea, and I'm not going to talk about it here because, we'll see what happens. But I had an idea that involved Mean Joe. And so that's the goal is to keep creating more RC content and finding out what's going on out there and all that. It's my main point.
That's right.
All right. Everyone, Jim T. Graham, rcgroups.com, Jason Cole, rcgroups.com, Flying Giants, Heli Freak, all the things. Yeah, love it. Have a great week, and we'll see you next week with RC News.
Peace.